Hey everyone. I wanted to make a quick update on my hair growth. So things have been coming along nicely. I also have been realizing that when you leave your hair alone, that's just when all the growth happens. So I pretty much haven't been manipulating my hair or too much. Besides kind of when I put in updos, but I like these styles when I can just leave my hair down. I do have a headband in the front and it's a little tight because I take like a thinner headband and kind of wrap it around twice. But it helps me a lot with my locks in the front that I've repeatedly talked about that are shorter than the rest of my hair and even the back, but you can't see it as much because at one point I took my locks out and then I kind of just reconstructed them together on my own, like around the front and sides. So that's why I'm still wearing the headband because they're coming out kind of differently. But I really, besides getting a retwist around February, I really haven't been doing much to my hair. And I'm glad that it's already been, so I got it done like, I think it was the day of Valentine's Day. Like around, yeah, it was either like the day before Valentine's Day or the day after Valentine's Day. So that was February 14th. So I'm happy that now it's been March, April. Okay, so I'm happy that it's been around 3 months and I've still haven't had any problems with needing to retwist it because I do not want to go back to that hairstylist no matter what. Sometimes I think I've almost gone on for almost a year without retwisting because I just am like, I have serious PTSD from any hair salons, and I've also in the past have said one of the main reasons that I got locks, and even when I started my locks in the first place, like I had to start my lock journey multiple times or a couple times because in the first couple of times I just did the twist on my own because I was so scared to go to the hair salon and I didn't want them to I don't know, make it look strange or just charge me too much. But then, so I did the twist on my own, but I get so impatient sometimes when I'm parting my locks, and it was kind of hard to see in the back for me too. So they were kind of uneven. I was like, okay, I want to start on the right footing. So I eventually went to a salon. At this point, I was doing a decent amount of research. And at this point, I was living in Philadelphia at the time. So I looked up a lot of salons actually. I was looking at prices, but I wasn't trying to make that a huge deal, the price, because at a point it's just a one-time thing. I guess it's kind of like a tattoo. Like you want it done right, so you're willing to pay a decent amount because it's forever. Like I don't really plan on taking these locks out anytime soon. And it may not be forever. I mean, I may not have them until I don't know, until the day that I die. I hope that I do because I really, really like them. I don't know if, I don't know, whatever. There's certain things that come along with having locks that may make me not have them forever. But, but if I could have them forever, I would. So I didn't want to think too much about the price. Then eventually I found this really, really good salon. And all of the women there, or at least most of them, had locks. The lady that was doing my hair, she had shorter locks. She had had them for a while. But I liked her, and I was happy that she installed them. But ever since then, I came back to that salon maybe 2 or 3 times, and then I went to one other salon because they were kind of cheaper. But I'm like, at this point, I'm so tired of salons. And then when I moved out to LA, I've only been to really one lock stylist out here. They're on La Brea, if anyone lives around there. I don't remember the place, but the place is okay, and I even took my cousin to get his locks retwisted there too. But to me, it's kind of strange that the ladies there a lot of them don't have locks, and I feel like And they're always getting mad at me that I'm not coming in, like every, I don't know, 6 weeks or whatever it is that you're supposed to get your locks retwisted. And I'm like, to me, every time I go in there, it feels like they're putting way too much product on my hair. At the end, they want to put all this oil on it. The main thing that I like is when they wash my hair, because I feel like they can thoroughly do it sometimes in a way that I can't. Like sometimes that's one of the main things. Like after they shampoo my hair feels so clean. And that's one of the things that, like, I guess that I really appreciate about that place. But every time, like, right after I get my locks retwisted, I don't really like how it looks. It looks way too clean. I normally put it up or put it in a wrap for, like, a week or just put it in a ponytail or whatever until I end up washing it and it looks kind of normal. So I'm like, what is even the point? But at that point, when I did get my locks retwisted, there was like a lot going on. And I hadn't got my locks retwisted since I had done that, since I had taken them out in the front and done that whole thing. So I was like, okay, it's time. And it did maybe help a little bit in the front, but I also always feel that, like, in between my parts, they're kind of like, I mean, and sometimes I'm not that gentle when it comes to, like, separating my locks, because, and there's some, like, at this point I've been there a few times, so they've gotten used to, like, certain things that I like. I normally only see one lady anyway, and there's, like, some, locks that I have, like, twisted together that I like staying together, and then there's some that, like, it makes sense to separate. Like, I don't want to, like, mess up my hairstyle because I kind of have, like, a headband that looks nice, but you can't really see the combinations here. Some of them are in the front or on the sides. I have, like, a combination of, like, 3 or 4 locks here that combined into one lock over here, and I like it. And I'm like, I'm not trying to rip that thing up anytime soon. Like, sometimes she'll just be looking through my hair, like, ripping the locks, and I'm like, whoa, like, please calm down. Like, I don't need anyone tearing up my hair. And at one point, when I brought my cousin in there to have his freeform locks retwisted, they were like, it's just sometimes obnoxious, because it's like, especially if you don't have locks, like, you don't want to be retwisting them all the time. So they're like, oh, you haven't gotten your locks retwisted, like, ever, like, oh, these are all matted together, blah, blah. And it's like, they're dreads. Like, what do you expect them to do? That's the whole point of having locks, of having dreads. Like, your hair is literally matting together. Like, I wouldn't understand if you go into a stylist and they're like, I don't know why they wouldn't understand that. Or also, they, like, if I hadn't been there in, like, 3 months, yeah, it's like, oh, you haven't been here in so long, like, your hair is growing out, blah, blah, and I'm like, this isn't a freaking relaxer. Like, I don't care if my hair is growing out, that's the whole point. Like, I got locks so I didn't have to be up in the style, or in the salon, like, all the time, because I don't like salons at all. So, even when I first got them, so now I've had them for about 2 years, or it's coming on 2 years, so even when I first got them and I was going to the stylist, I was like, okay, I understand that they're growing and they might need a little maintenance now, especially in the beginning when they were still kind of twists. But now I'm like, if I can get out of the salon, then I'm like, there's no way. I remember I even used to try to retwist them myself sometimes, but I'm just way too impatient. I'm way too impatient. I cannot be sitting in front of the mirror, like, doing my hair. That's the whole reason that I got locks. So sometimes if I'm like, I just want to sit in someone's chair, have someone just take care of this for a couple hours, and I can go along my way. But at this point, they're growing okay that it looks like they won't need a retwist. When I did go in to get my retwist, it was kind of hard for me to put it in styles, but it was still nice. I think now I'm getting a little better at knowing what to do with my hair, especially when there is a lot of growth. Like, now I'll put in a lot of headbands, or I have, like, different updos to go to. So it's a little easier now. So hopefully I can stick with that and run with that. But I also, like, if you don't have locks and you're doing locks, you may not completely understand what it is to, like, well, I mean, you obviously don't understand what it is to have locks. So, um, when you're like complaining at your customer or whatever, it's just like everyone's different about their hair. So, yeah. I wouldn't even know what to say in regards to like some of these salon ladies. But what I have to say in regards to my situation is that I just literally never want to go back to the salon again. So yeah, so far I'm not planning on getting my hair retwisted, and I don't see like a lot of growth that's like making it hard for me to style. But when I do come to that point, I'll get back on and make a video and try to figure something out on my own, or just try to figure out, I guess, more different styles to get into so that it'll kind of help the growing process. One thing I also noticed kind of about retwisting is that inside of the parts, there's like more like how do I say it? There's like more breakage. So that's kind of something that I've been noticing, like the breakage in between the parts. Like, I don't think you would be able to see it at all, but I think people that have locks would understand that sometimes, like, I guess, yeah, from retwisting or just from having locks in general, there's gonna be like certain amount of breakage, especially in between the parts, like especially when you're separating your locks, you see some like there's like some short hairs around my parts that I don't like, and I'm trying to like figure out how to get around that. That's one of the main issues that I'm having with my hair right now. And especially some of like, because I wear these headbands and because they're a little tight, there's like a little bit of breakage in the front and the back, and just depending on like what styles I do. And even like before, maybe around like a certain time last year, I used to actually, like, some people might cringe at this, but I used to like gel the front of my hair and kind of brush it to put it in like a nice ponytail, and I would like part it in the middle. I normally have a middle part, but that was something that I knew was damaging my hair, but I also just liked the style, and I kind of didn't, at that point, I didn't really know how long I was going to keep my locks for, so, or I thought that was like in between kind of the time where I was thinking of maybe cutting my locks or not having them for as long, but now I've been trying to take way more care of my hair. What I've been noticing 100% is that less is more. So, like, just the less that I do to my hair, the way better it is. I just sleep with a wrap at night. I moisturize it a little bit in the morning. I wash it, like, every 1 to 2 weeks. Now that it's the summer, I've been going to the beach and, like, just outside a lot. The other day, we went to a nice waterfall hike and, like, a little lake and stuff. So now I just wash it more often, like, depending if I'm going to the beach, whatever. Or, like, yeah, if my hair had been in salt water all day. But that's the most that I have to say. That's why I would, or that's the only thing that would like prevent me, I feel like, from having my locks for so long, if I keep experiencing too much breakage, I think. And like if if that becomes too much of a problem, um but now I'm also realizing like that I'm not, as long as I don't get my hair retwisted and I just keep kind of trying to grow out the roots, I feel like my hair will kind of like get it together on its own. And if I just keep doing a normal routine. Oh, And one more thing, the other day I did a baking soda apple cider vinegar rinse, and that was actually really, really cool. So I put baking soda and water together. I think that's all it was. And then I put my hair in like a huge bowl, and it was really cool to see all the dirt in the like left over in the bowl, because I knew that my hair was really dirty, but I feel like some of the shampoos, that's also one thing that I've been struggling with, trying to find like a really good shampoo, because I don't it's or even a good shampoo and conditioner mix, or like a good moisturizer mix, because right now I've been moisturizing it with rose water. I like peppermint oil because I like the smell a lot. I also use argan oil because I've always had like really, really good effects with argan oil. Um, Even when I had loose natural hair, it was like the main thing that helped me. Um, but yeah, so going back to the baking soda rinse, it was really helpful. I could see all the dirt left over, and then um, once once I did the apple cider vinegar, it was actually really, really nice too. Um, I can, well, there's a lot of rinses out there. I found a nice website that I like that talked about rinses for dreads, the apple cider vinegar, and baking soda. You kind of use the baking soda as your shampoo and the apple cider vinegar for conditioner. But one thing that I also have been noticing is, I think like the water that I use, I don't know if it's hard water, and I don't really know how to tell. But sometimes it seems like the water like kind of can, and it sounds weird, like it it can dehydrate my hair in a sort of way, which water shouldn't be doing, but it seems like I started boiling it sometimes, and sometimes I actually use drinking water for my hair. But I can't, yeah, it's not, I don't normally use enough to completely wash everything out, so that might be one thing that sometimes dries out my hair. But so when I do shampoo my hair, it's hard for me to find a shampoo. That's why I like the baking soda so much for as a shampoo, because it worked really, really well, and my hair didn't feel really it felt clean, but it didn't feel too like stripped. That's one of the hard things, because I love, obviously, when my hair is clean. That's like something that's really, really important to me. I don't want to be walking around with dirty hair. But then also it's important um, that it doesn't feel too stripped, because I don't normally use conditioner, because I just don't trust conditioner at all. I don't trust a lot of products in my hair. I think already with like the light products that I use, sometimes it can feel weighed down. Um, so I stay away from using a lot of things, and I don't really like conditioner. So I've still been kind of on the lookout for a good shampoo. So yeah. But right now I kind of have some natural shampoos, some sulfates. As long as I can get, like, to me, it's just important. The main thing is to keep my hair clean. So if it has sulfates in it, I like that. So I can, like, feel that there's actually um, dirt coming out of my scalp. I think that's really important. Um, and then I just try to moisturize it afterwards, because I don't use conditioner, and I also make sure that I'm just not washing my hair all the time. Um, but now we're going on almost 20 minutes, so just to recap, I talked about how much I don't like Stylists, and a little bit my shampoo, and then the baking soda and ACV rinse. But just to see. This is my hair, and actually, yeah, I love coming on to YouTube and updating because I actually I learned so much about locks and so much about my journey, and even like when I was starting out my journey on YouTube. So I think it's kind of important to give back to people that are like just starting their lock journey, and are maybe not sure what to do. And just if like little tips in how it is to have locks. So people understand, because I remember like YouTube was the main thing for me that helped me, like, because I like how you can just like actually see people that have locks and know what what they're doing with their locks, and it's kind of like you're speaking to them and getting like their real perspective and experience, like they're just your friend that you're talking to, like, about locks. Sometimes I get bored reading blogs and websites and stuff, even though I have. And it's different if you don't know a lot of other people that have locks. Now my dad has locks because I have them, which is kind of funny. He started them after I did. And my little cousin has locks. His are kind of freeform. He does get them retwisted at times, but he definitely started out freeform. And so, yeah, if you don't have a lot of people in your life that have locks, it's important, or it's not like crucial, but it is important to just know what it's like to have locks, and the positives and negatives that come along with them. So that's why I like these videos, and I also just like kind of journaling about them, my experiences. But I love locks. Yeah. I think everyone, like, they're amazing. Like, there's literally so much less that I have to do with my hair now. And I would have never guessed that, like, I would have reached this point just in even my hair journey in general, because I've been through so much with my hair. And I think that if I could have my locks forever and make it work, and try to figure out like how to stop so much breakage, kind of, that's the main problem that I have, then I would just have my locks forever. So thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, any tips, just comment and or message me, and make sure to subscribe. And I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.